What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone for a post-game or post-day, excuse me, breakdown live show. Going over our latest win against Bodo Glimt. It wasn't easy, but we won a game. I mean, I don't say it felt fantastic. It felt like okay. It was just a relief that we won a game. It feels a bit weird, even like it feels weird today because I think we all watch Champions League games. I had a couple of screens on, and it's ridiculous. Obviously, the amount of goals, but also the level and the pace certain teams play, the execution certain teams have. It's insane. We saw that for about 10 minutes, I think, yesterday against Bodo Glimt, and even then it was a bit, by hook or crook. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about does Spalletti need to take more risks or start to take more risks with his formation, and also playing certain players, etc. And then we're going to look ahead a little bit towards Cagliari and what's to come in the next couple of weeks. But with me, Norbert, how are you doing today?
Hey, yeah, I'm good. It was nice to wake up to a victory, even if it's against a Norwegian team in the Champions League. But still, it's a victory. And if you go through Bodo's home games against Champions League teams, no one is really having an easy win there. So yeah, it was the most important that we win, and then let's see. And yeah, let's talk about it because I
I
think
think it's the first.
there are some
I think we're the
topics.
first Italian team to win in Norway, away from home or something like that. Away from home.
Didn't we beat Rosenborg in the 2000s
I've not, maybe in the
there?
Champions League. I don't know. I don't know. I saw that stat passing by. No, I didn't see it. It was on Sky while I was watching the game. They said it. So I haven't checked it. And we are on YouTube. I'm streaming it also on Twitter to see how it goes. But we are on YouTube. You can just join in on YouTube as well, which is I think even better. Yeah, I mean, teams struggle there, I guess, but it's not that we struggle. Like the struggles that we had yesterday were because we decided we wanted to struggle. That's the only way I need to put it. I can put it, because besides the two, like the pen, the corner kick, and then the last 5 minutes where we were all over the place again, I don't think we struggle in terms of. I don't think Perin had anything really to do. Let me put it that way. But you felt that we were not really in control over 90 minutes of that game. The first half, I think the first half is up there of one of the worst. Like I keep saying it, but it's real. It's up there with one of the worst halves of football I've seen us play in a very long time. It was technically, again, extremely poor, and I think I'm being nice. It was a disaster at times technically, and also there was no real intensity in that game from us. We were always late on the second ball. It's not that they had so much quality and were putting us in trouble, but yeah, they were comfortable, and you can feel and see we were struggling. Players were struggling, and actually nothing positive from that first half. I think it was just, I thought it was happy that the first half was over. Even we were losing, I was like, thank God it's over. Thank God we're going into the locker room. So not much positives. And I thought, I don't know what you think about that Spalletti lineup. He's surprised because we needed to win, must-win game, and he decided, I'm gonna switch it up big time. Openda, kind of out of nowhere, Adzic completely out of nowhere, even Miretti a bit out of nowhere, trying to shake things up. That's why I said the title is, take more risk, etc. But what do you made of that decision? Forget about the performance right now, because if it was a very good performance from minute one, we will be talking differently. But what do you make of that decision to change it up that much in that type of game as well?
Yeah, I kind of welcome it because obviously against Fiorentina, that team just didn't work. So he decided to. I was super surprised to see Miretti and Adzic at the same time in the starting 11. And also, I think Vlahovic got injured. That's why was
He got
opened the
injured.
start.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that one was also like, okay, maybe because of the turf, maybe Openda can be better, but we didn't bring the best shoes. I felt because the Norwegian players didn't slide at all, and our players were
You know
sliding
what's
all over.
crazy? I was watching. I had the pregame on Sky Italia. I had it on in the background, and I heard I forgot the reporter's name, Guardala. He was in the Juve locker room, and he said, the Juve kitman brought new like special studs to play on a synthetic pitch to
Mm.
not slip, etc. And he was showing it that all the boots had special studs. But I agree. Like I think McKennie in the first half was struggling with
Yeah,
it a
yeah.
lot. In the second half, it got better, but in the first half, they were struggling with slipping.
Maybe some of these players didn't wear these shoes, and the second half they changed it up because yeah, in the second half I didn't see as many. But other than that, yeah, I welcome the changes, to be honest, because obviously what we saw against Fiorentina didn't work, and he decided to pull some strings and put the team put a different team up, and yeah, I liked it. It's just yeah, that first half was horrible. that technically and also like. The only thing we created is Conceição shoots because he's a fast little guy and he can just shoot, from basically one movement and there and he's shooting. So creativity was
Yeah,
really missing from the first half.
yeah. There was we had nothing. Like you said, it was a Conceição shot, and I think the Locatelli shot or so.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was, and that was about it. There was like we had nothing going in that first half. But I think you're saying like you don't blame Spalletti for picking that lineup. Me neither, by the way. I was shocked. I will say that I was not expecting it, but I wasn't blaming it. I was like, okay, it's a must-win game. You made that decision. It needs to work. It needs to work out. Otherwise it's going to be on you for
yeah,
this game, not for the entire campaign. But you're in this situation, so you need to make the decision. So I don't blame him for taking that quote unquote risk to start because we were all asking. I think big part of the fan base was asking for a change. Whether that be a formation change or a lineup change, or like players in the formation, even if it's the same formation. I think we're all asking for it, and we got it. So you cannot really complain about that, in my opinion. Also, it wasn't going well. Let's talk about Adzic really quickly. He acted on it ASAP. We didn't waste time. He kind of protected him as well because he was having a horrible game. That was a horrible first half, and you can see that he was struggling with it because at one point he was just doing everything wrong, even the most simple of things. You can see that you cannot leave him out there. Like you cannot. You need to get him out, and I think he understood as well why he got stopped. Because I think at that stage it was to protect him. What I don't like, by the way, I don't want to spoil it because it's my video tomorrow. I don't like people going overboard. If this was Adzic
yeah,
50th start for this club, I would be like, yeah, man, you're not it. Like, leave. I'm not expecting Adzic to take this team by the hand and lead this team to better things after, I don't know, what is it, his third start maybe. I'm not so sure. How many minutes does he have? I don't expect that. So my expectations for Adzic right now are not that. I'm looking at other players in the squad to take this team to a better place. Not Adzic. So I
yeah,
don't like people going overboard. I don't think it's fair because it's based on a handful of games basically because nobody's watching Montenegro play
yeah.
friendlies. Nobody's doing that. Nobody watched him before he joins the next gen. Nobody even watched him at the next gen. Let's be completely honest. How many people watch the next gen? Not many, you know? So you're basing your entire opinion on 45 minutes of horrible football. But I didn't like that. What I did like is that Spalletti subbed him ASAP because it was needed. You know, if that was Tudor Motta, I think he would have played until minute 65.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I think he's a young dude. He will have good games. He will have bad games. He scored against Inter, and like what at the time, yeah, he was already 19. Yeah, what 19-year-old scores against the derby like that? It's kind of rare in my eyes. Yeah, he will have good games. I have no worries about it, and I'm happy that Spalletti actually started both Miretti and Adzic, two young guys. And Miretti showed his worth, and I hope he will play more.
Even Miretti, people say Thuram is downgrading. He's not having a good season, even though I thought he was good yesterday when he came on. I think it was one of his better performances this season. So let's see. But Miretti is on the thumbnail because he was part of it. I think he had a poor first half as well.
Yeah,
But in that second half, he turned up. And that's what, like, Spalletti could have subbed them off as well. Okay, he wasn't as horrible as Adzic, but let's say it wasn't Adzic play. Let's say it was Turam was as well playing, and Miretti had that Adzic performance in that first half, or not even like Miretti had his first half performance, and he got subbed off. We wouldn't have seen what he would have done in that second half. And I'm saying that because to judge a player, there needs to be enough or big enough sample size to say, you know what, you're not going to make it, etc. Because the sample size of the first half for Miretti was like, you're not going to make it today in this game, impossible, because like he was struggling to get into it. It wasn't horrible. He was just struggling to get into the game. And then you have the second half, and it's the complete opposite. Now, does it help if you have Yildiz on your side? Yeah, it does. It does. But then again, if he had the Yildiz of the last 10 weeks, it wouldn't have helped as well, I guess. So it all depends
yeah,
on multiple players. When we talk about that position, if nobody makes a run, if nobody can link up play, if you play that ball into a player and he loses it, etc., then you look bad as well. You will look bad as well because there's no end product to it. Like nothing what you do leads into something positive, So Yildiz coming on did help Miretti, but now comes a question because I said, take more risks. I don't think it's a risk to start playing Miretti more. I think it's a must if we want to get something more going up front. I'm not saying playing Miretti means we're going to have a fantastic season from now on. We're going to win games easily. We're going to be a fantastic team. I'm not saying that. I don't think anyone is saying that. But some believe that when you say play that player, oh, now we're going to turn out, around the season. No. However, I think it potentially can fix an issue we have in terms of start to create chances, etc. Post game, no, forget about post game. We'll talk about that in a sec. But what do you think about Miretti? First half, second half, and you know what now? Cagliari, the next couple of games. Like what do you do now?
yeah. First half, I don't know if we can talk about first half. Like everyone was bad. Miretti was trying, but nothing really worked out how he wanted. But the second half, yeah, that dude can really see. That he can really see on the pitch, and that's one of his. I think one of his biggest skill is that he can see on the pitch. He showed us many times. The assist was from him as well. Um, and I really like him. I'm not sure if because everyone came out differently. The whole team, the entire team. Well, it's like a different team. I don't know what happened in that locker room. What did Spalletti say or what happened? But something must have happened. Something. Yeah, there's no way only Yildiz changed the entire team. So, but yeah, Yildiz definitely helped Miretti. Um, and yeah, that Miretti is good. I'm sorry, like he needs to play. He has something that none of the other midfielders have. Um, and yeah, sorry, that's all I have. Miretti is great. I want him to play every game, to be honest.
I think he has attributes that none of the other midfielders have. Obviously,
Yeah,
Thuram is not that player. Locatelli is also not really that player. McKennie is not that player. Um,
yeah.
but I also think, and I like Miretti. I do. People know that, but he lacks also consistency. Now, it's also not really like
But everyone at
he
the
needs
team,
to.
to be honest.
Yeah, that also, but to like I have a feeling he lacks consistency, but I don't really have proof because I've not seen him play 10 games. You know what I mean? So it's just a feeling
Yeah,
I have that he will lack some consistency. But I still need to see it like with my own eyes, watching 10 games for us, not for Genoa, for us to make up, okay, you actually indeed like you have attributes, but it's very inconsistent. So yeah, it can help us, but it can also not help us. But we haven't seen that so far. So I hope against Cagliari he gets another start because I think if you want to change formation, I think right now is the perfect moment to do it. Right? You know, I mean, if you want to play Miretti, you're gonna need to change it up. You're gonna need to play, I don't know, like a 4-2-3-1 ish thing. On paper, I think that's like if you have the ball, good. If you don't have the ball, McKennie can drop in. McKennie, excuse me. Um, Miretti can drop in, but that means if you do that, like if you do that right now, are you gonna bench McKennie? Like naturally, yeah, like 4-3, 4-2-3-1. You bench McKennie, you play Conceição or Zigrova. But I don't think Spalletti will go that if he plays that formation, just purely balance wise. So we will play McKennie on the right hand side, in my opinion, if he's going to go for that type of formation as well. But if you don't change it right now, then I'm not sure when you really are going to do it because somebody asked me that question today and he said, when is he going to actually pull that trigger and make a switch information because like he wants to do it safe or
yeah,
slowly, etc. But like he's going slowly with something we've seen is not working, or hasn't worked for ages. So I think the entire fan base is looking at it and saying, you just need to change it. Whatever will happen, we will back it. We will accept it because we've seen what we have been doing lately, the last couple of seasons, years, whatever. It's not working. So if somebody actually tries to change it, I think the fan base will give it some time and will try to back it purely because there's somebody who wants to switch it up. So I
yeah.
don't know. Like, do you think he's gonna stick with Miretti? Do you think
So
he's actually changing formation?
we already saw. No, we already wanted him to change in the international break,
And
and it didn't really happen. But what I saw this game is that McKennie was really high up the pitch, and Kalulu was
he
our right
was.
back at the end of the day, and it was four men in the back. So it might be a sign of a change that is coming. He just, as you said, trying to be careful with it. But sooner or later, he needs to realize that he cannot be careful. We need points in the league as well. We are so behind. We are 7 points off the top and
Yeah.
like 5 points off from Inter. So we really need points, and we need to switch. We need to switch it up. And against the teams in the league, 13 teams is playing 5-3-2 with park the bus tactics. So it's really hard to break them down. And obviously, the Champions League is different. We already talked about it many times that teams play a lot more open. So even if we win against teams in the Champions League, that doesn't mean that in the league we will win. So yeah, I think Miretti has a place in the starting 11. Um, McKennie defensively shows some, he's okay defensively. He yesterday as well. He was good. I felt, um, but we need a spark. We need something else. We need something different, and we can't just put everything on Yildiz, because that will not work long term. So
Also,
yeah,
it
I
hasn't worked
think
lately.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
need to be
exactly.
honest. This was his first good game in a very long time.
And my camera did something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no problem. But like, this was his first good game in a very long time from Yildiz. So yeah, we
Yeah,
rely on Yildiz, and he was fantastic. I felt sorry for that Bodo right back at one point. I
yeah.
did, because they had a very easy game in the first half. In the second half, it was yeah, like it
He
must
was
not
sitting
have
like
been fun.
3 times. He was sitting on the ground because Yildiz
Yeah,
made fun of
like
him.
he had no answer, and he made it worse because he was scared and he was trying to back off, which is like even worse. Like, he made it actually worse at times. I was like, just like, I was watching him play at one point. I was like, you're backing off. You're making it worse for yourself. Just play close and pull him down. Try to kick him. Otherwise, he's gonna cook you. And he was getting cooked. So that was some bad play from him as well. But it doesn't matter. Yildiz had a good, like, he changed that game completely. Not just the the solo things what he did, but also like switching play at the right moment, relieving
Yeah,
pressure. Like, everything he did was good, and he flipped that game completely. He did, also by his attitude. Like, it was positive. It was something different. It was somebody taking, and also you compare it to, Adzic was playing. It's a big difference. The output wise.
yeah,
So that makes it even better. But it's good that had a good game, because he needed that. We needed that. He actually looked fit. He did. He actually looked ready to play. So hopefully, he picks it up, and he goes again against Cagliari. We need it. We desperately need it. I don't think it's a bad thing relying on your top player, but if you only rely on him, that's
yeah,
an issue. Like, you need to rely on your top player, because that's why he's your top player. That's why he's your best player, and you rely on him because he has the quality to change a game. But if it's the only outlet you have at one point, then yeah, it is an issue. So I think that was like the positives were we won. That's positive always, I guess. Positive was that Miretti had an impact in that second half. That Yildiz had a good game finally. And I say finally because he was struggling. And I
yeah,
think it's positive, or it's a miracle, that both Openda and David scored in the same game. They weren't the prettiest of goals. Like,
yeah,
you couldn't miss those chances. You couldn't. Like, it's impossible. Actually, Jonathan David missed one against who was it? Who was it? The second post where he needed to tap it in, and he against
yeah.
who was that? Was it away from home?
I think so. Yeah.
It wasn't a Champions League. It was Villarreal. Away
Mm,
from home. So you can miss from close range, but they both on the score sheet, and now you just need to go with the cliche thing and be like, hopefully now it gets Openda going, because in the first half he didn't have a good game. Now I need to say he was on his own up top. He was like, his task was to run at everything at that point. There was
yeah,
no, how do you want to say? Like, there were no overlaps. There was no us winning the ball back high like we did in the big part of the second half. It was just him up top and run at things, and it wasn't all good. I know that, but if Vlahovic is not 100% to go on Saturday, then who knows? I have a feeling he will start him again, Openda, because I think right now the order is Vlahovic, Openda, David for Spalletti. Um, so that's a positive. He got of the score sheet, even if it wasn't the prettiest of goals. Mine, but again, it's a number 9. I don't care how you score the goals. You just need to score. Like Inzaghi's goals, and I'm not comparing to Inzaghi's. The
yeah.
goals, a lot of the goals
Drop
Inzaghi
in.
scored were, yeah, he also scored fantastic goals, but nobody cares. If you're number 9, just put the ball in the back
If you're a
of the net. How you
striker,
do it,
yeah, just
I don't
score.
care. I don't care about you. But do you
And
believe
also,
this is him
uh, I
off the
don't
break
know.
right now?
I still can't believe that we signed a striker who hasn't scored in half a year when we signed him. It's kind of funny, because
Yeah.
it was 8 months now, and we signed him during the summer. So yeah, around 5 months, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. A goal can do a lot for a striker, and maybe there is hope for both David and Openda, because they definitely have the skills to score goals. It just also depends the tactics. I'm sorry, it's not soil on the striker. We've seen this before. With our tactics, strikers just can't seem to find the back of the net often, and we need to rely on individual brilliance. And yeah, let's hope. Let's hope this weekend they can show what they can do against a team that like to defend. And yeah, I don't know how Openda fits this. Yeah, it's. I think more Jonathan David would fit this Kayari more, to be honest. So I would say Jonathan David will start if Vlahovic is not healthy. I don't think Openda fits this game.
Well, if they said deep, no, but I think he's gonna start because I think Spalletti prefers him over
Hmm.
Jonathan David. So I don't think
Yeah,
Spalletti is going into the game with, oh, they said deep. Now I'm gonna start that striker. Now I'm gonna start that striker. I think he goes with his formation and he's gonna try to put his ideas, force his ideas on any opponent, no matter how they play. That's I don't know.
yeah.
He strikes me like that type of coach. This is a good question. If you go to a back four, do you stick with Colt Miners at center back or put you back in midfield? No, he doesn't play center back, in my opinion. He doesn't. It's different, I think, to play center back in a back four than what we're doing right now. Because if you play center back in a back four and you're one of the two, you're I don't think Spalletti's like, now you can bomb forward like you're doing right now. Now you can step up
Yeah,
high.
yeah,
I don't think he's gonna do that, because who plays right, who plays left, I don't know. That means who like well, what he's asking Colt Mines to do right now is it's like you're not gonna ask him to do that playing in a back two. You're not gonna do it. He's gonna start
yeah,
Kelly and Bremer, or Kalulu and Bremer, but probably Kelly and Bremer. And Coleman is gonna be pushed to midfield again. At one point, he's gonna need to play midfield, and he's gonna need to play it well, in my opinion.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I can't see him start in a four-man defense. But to be honest, it's still better than Gatti. So if it's a choice between him and Gatti, I would play him, to be honest. But yeah, he needs to man up, and he needs to play in the midfield. And now we have options for the midfield. If someone is not in form, we can play Miretti, we can play Turan, we can play Cope Miners. So I feel good about that, but I really feel bad about our defense. It looks really bad, to be honest. Um, Four-man defense. I don't know, like, who's playing right back. Is Kalulu playing right back? Is McKenny playing
I
right
don't know.
back? Cambiasso playing right back? And then Kostic on the left. I don't know.
You still have Joao Mario, I think.
I don't know. I don't know.
I actually don't know as well. Was he in the matchday squad? I have no idea.
No
I've
idea.
actually no idea. I don't know what happened to him. He's not going to be at the club for very long, is he?
Yeah.
Why would he? And why would we keep him if no coach likes him? Like, it's pointless for us, and for him as well, So that's a horrible piece of business from Comoli, because yeah, not even one coach likes. Like, they don't even like him to give him 5 minutes. It must be really bad at one point. Like, those are the things.
Cabal came on instead of him.
Yeah, and that's madness as well. When on Cabal, I tweeted something. People were going mad when he was coming on. I wanted to tweet, he's gonna do something stupid. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to speak it into existence. Because
Mm.
every time he plays, and it had nothing to do with an injury, even last season, every time he plays, he does something boneheaded where I'm like, where did that came from? Why? How? You know? And
Yeah.
legitly, I'm not writing him off, by the way, but thus far, he's one of the worst players I've seen play for this club. And I'm not exaggerating because he made stupid mistakes. Somebody said he was one of our best players before he got injured last season. That's a lie.
Mm.
When Bremer went down, it was Kalulu who kept us afloat for for the next, I don't know, 8-10 games, and then it all fell apart, as a team. It was Kalulu. It wasn't Cabal. It wasn't Cabal. Actually, he was horrible defensively as well before this injury. He was. He had that good assist against Inter, and everybody was, looking away. But defensively, it's a horror show with him every single time. What he did yesterday is ridiculous. Like, he was 2 seconds late. Like, it wasn't like, oh my God, like the opponent just pushed the ball away and he was, you know what, it can happen. No, like he was a full 2 seconds late.
And there was no
Like,
danger. There was no
there
need.
was no danger as well because that ball was going to a corner flag almost.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. That tells me, and people are like, oh, he's back from injury. That has nothing to do with injury, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely nothing to do with injury. That's just in him. He has that in him as a player. He did, and that's not. That was even before the injury, But yeah, I don't want to, you know, shit on him too much. But yeah, I don't rate him one bit, because at the end of the day, he's a defender, and he cannot defend. Like, the same goes for Gatti. He's a defender, but he cannot defend. Like, he cannot defend to the level required at that club, at this club. Colt Miners looks like a better defender than actual defenders, and it's bad. Like, it's not positive. It's not good. But we will see. I hope I'm completely wrong, and he plays fantastic. And Spalletti finds a role for him, and he starts to shine. And he has a Cuadrado-esque season where he has, like, what was it, 15 assists or whatever. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't
But
see it when I see Cabal play. I see a player who will keep making weird mistakes on a consistent basis.
but but also you think Spalletti will say, okay, you made a huge mistake. It almost cost us the game. It almost cost us the entire Champions League journey. Let's play him again. Let's bring him on next time as well. I don't know.
I think he will start the game. He might start on the weekend. Maybe not on this weekend, the following weekend, whatever. I don't think he's gonna give up on Cabal because everybody at the club is high on him. I don't know why. I hope they showed me. And he is actually
Yeah.
fantastic. But
Yeah.
every report, every bit of talk out of the club is that they all rave and rave about Cabal. So I don't know. There must be something that I'm missing, but I don't see it. I think he has a good cross on him. I do. But other than that, like, at the end, like, he's a defender, and every time he's defending, I don't feel safe. You have that with certain players.
Yeah.
At one point they're gonna do something where you're like, oh, I was just waiting for that to happen. I don't wish that upon you, but it's just inevitable.
Yeah.
Inevitable.
Yeah. The Hungarian national team
For it to
has
happen.
one player who cost us the World Cup. So I
Who was
know
that?
know
Because I
the
saw
type.
that goal and like 2-3 players were ball watching.
Yeah. The one that plays in Turkey, central defender. He's so bad.
I mean, he should have cost us. Actually, after that, Bodo Glimt were pushing and we were trying to
Yeah.
make blocks. We had an issue with picking up somebody on the edge of the box. Like, they were free to receive that ball a lot of times at the end of this of the game. And then there were stretch. We were a bit naive and we punished them. But we could have easily not won that game. We could have easily been with 4 points. Luckily it didn't happen. And it's all good, I guess. But let's move on to the last part of the show, and it is actually what happened towards the end of the game. It is the statement Spalletti made post game. I don't know if you saw the statements, even pre-game, talking about I need to find solutions to get out of this mediocrity, admitting that the players struggle with the pressure,
Yeah,
saying that that they need to improve that. They need to take risks. He says, I see that people are scared to make the play. And that's what we talk about, play Miretti, because he's going to do it. He said people are scared to do that right now. They're scared to make a mistake and it ends up in making mistakes. What he was
yeah,
saying, because nobody wants to play that through ball. So they overthink it, they do something else, they wanted to keep it simple, and actually they make it worse. He said we need to get away from it, and people, they're struggling with pressure. I thought that was, well, an honest statement, but very strong, because I've not seen that from a Juve coach. Also because he said it in a matter. If you read the quotes, it feels like wow. If you listen
yeah,
to it, he says it on a matter where he's like, they know that, I know that. However, I'm convinced I can get that out of these guys because they can all play that pass. With at this moment in time, they're all scared to do that, but I know they can all do that. It's just getting that out of them right now, telling them it's okay to mess up. It's okay, but you're gonna need to try it. Otherwise, we're going no places. So I don't know what you thought about that statement, because it was quite strong. It was refreshing for once, even though we all knew what it was.
yeah. He's a characteristics coach. He has some experience, and yeah, he will say what he thinks. And yeah, we have some players that are just afraid and just passing backwards and not trying to go forward. And I love this from him. I think these guys really need a shake up, and I don't know. But my question is, like, it didn't happen yet. Like against Fiorentina, we were horrible. This first half was horrible. So I don't know when is it gonna happen or how is it gonna happen. Um,
I don't know.
what needs to happen for the change? Maybe, like, really this team is uncoachable. Um, because this is the third
Well,
coach that can't do anything with them.
yeah, I think
No.
yes. I do, like, because he's not talking about one player, by the way. He's talking about like the
Yeah,
squad.
yeah,
So I think for him, it's just to single out the players who want to do it and actually want to play these passes and try to take some risk, etc. And then be at the end of the season with the club sitting down and basically telling them, these guys, if you can move them on, you can move them on, because they're not going to cut it. They don't have it to play for this club. They cannot deal with the pressure, etc. When it comes to playing for this club. I guess I don't know. Like he, like you said, when is it going to change? No, nobody knows. Like nobody knows. We're all asking the same question. I don't know, for months, weeks, years. Like when is it going to change? Because right now, if I need to ask some people, do you believe we're going to make top four? Which is sad that we need to talk about it right now. I'm going to say 75% is going to say no, we're not going to make it. I've watched the weekend's game. Milan, yeah, Inter lost, but Inter, Napoli, Milan, Roma, even Bologna,
Roma.
they're better teams
Yeah,
than us right now. Right now, they are far ahead of us, like points wise as well, but also the play. I don't know how many points we're behind the top four. Is it four? Is it three? It's already a lot for this team. It is, because we cannot win games at this moment in time. Yeah, we won, but like we don't win games on a consistent. This is only our third win in the last, was it 13, 14 games? Like
yeah.
that's
We are
that's the
four
reality.
points, 4 points off
Yeah,
fourth place.
that's a lot. And I know Inter lost more games, etc., but Inter will win more games on a consistent basis.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I don't think Como are a better team. They're up there, but they're not as good as Bologna or the other teams. Like they're up there, I get it, and they're gonna fight for a Europa League place, I guess. But if you even finish behind Como, oh my god. And Como will have fantastic games, and they also have bad games. and like it will be like 60-40% in terms of output. But yeah, I mean, we need to build. Like, let me look at this one, because I haven't checked what. Let me see what our set of games is. So we have Cagliari right now. Then we have Udinese. Is that on Tuesday? Coppa Italia. We have Udinese and the Coppa Italia on Tuesday. Then we have Napoli away from home. That's a massive games. That's a massive game. Excuse me. The 7th. Then we have Paphos in the Champions League, which is also big. Then we have Bologna. Oh my God, that's actually insane. We have Paphos, then we have Bologna. The week after we have Roma, then we have Pisa away, Lecce, Sassuolo, Cremonese, Cagliari again, Benfica, Napoli, Monaco, Parma. So yeah, I mean, there is a stretch of games where you're like, okay, it's Cagliari right now, it's Udinese in the Coppa Italia, Napoli, Paphos, then this stuff. So it's Napoli, Paphos, Bologna, Roma. That's a very tough stretch, and that will tell us a lot. Like, if we actually turn things around, if we are going to be competitive this season, you can show that by showing up against Napoli, showing up against Bologna away from home, and winning against Roma. But after that, it's Pisa, Lecce, Sassuolo, Cremonese, Cagliari. That's very doable on paper, But yeah, with this team, I mean, do I think Roma are going to drop off? Yeah, they're going to drop off. But 7 points is a lot already. Like, that's a lot for them to, drop off. They basically need to have a disaster second part of the season to be in a top 4 race at this moment in time. I know it's early, but 7 points is a lot. That's just a lot. Even if you beat them, like, it's just a lot of points. And I'm not saying it to catch them for the title, but to drag teams, down, with us, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
the team needs to show up. They need to show they can win, because so far it's just here and there. We need consistently win. That is missing for a while now.
Yeah, like that. That's it. That's the biggest fear. Biggest scare, biggest worry. But we will see. We will see how we will show up against Cagliari, which Juve side we will get against Cagliari. Is it, like, is it another Juve side that showed up against Fiorentina, poor, against Torino, a bit boring, and then Torino goes out, lose 5-1 to Como at home, insane, and we struggle to actually get shots off. Is it going to be that team? Is it a team that's finally going to play or be a bit more, play more freely, a bit weight off the shoulder, and go out there and try to attack teams? I don't know. We will see. We will see what Spalletti will choose and what type of, players he puts out, and how they will react to it. But that's for the weekend. It's only Thursday over here, just about. So we have a couple of days before we focus on Cali, another Saturday game. Again, I'll keep saying it. When is the last time we played a 3:00 Sunday game? It doesn't happen anymore. And actually, no top team plays it. Napoli, I've seen Napoli play it at 3:00, but I don't remember Milan, Inter, or Juve play at 3:00 for about 2 to 3 years. Actually, for us, it's been a 3:00 game. I think the last time is, I don't know, 4 years ago, maybe, right?
I just really like how, the sun is shining into the stadium at 3. I really like that setting.
I don't. Yeah, no, I get it, but like the Saturday 6:00 games are horrible. Like, actually playing on Saturday is not fun. I'll put it like that. It's just not fun. The early kickoffs on Sunday are the worst. Like, literally the worst games to watch as well. Like, quality wise, a lot of them are so bad. And every single time it's a game, you need to look it up. Every single time a pre or post game, the same things come out from coaches and players where it's like, it's not really fun to do because you wake up weird, you need to have breakfast, and you just need to start playing. It's just not, it's not fun, and also to watch. It's not a lot of quality in those games. We better play with a 4-man defense because that 3-man backline is really not working. I agree, people. We will see. We will see. I think we're all assuming he's going to do it, but when it will happen, who knows? And I don't think he's only going to change that backline. He's going to change other things as well if he's finally going to change thing. So maybe against Cagliari. Otherwise, it's against Udinese in the Coppa Italia. Who knows? Anyways, people, we're gonna wrap this one up because I need to wake up in a couple of hours. Norbert, thanks for joining, and then talking about this, and then we will see on. We play Saturday, Sunday won't be live, and Monday's podcast. So and Tuesday we play. So Wednesday probably. So we will see. Maybe we can talk about 2 wins on Wednesday, 2 back-to-back wins. Or 3 wins in a row. Who knows?
3,
That will actually be a miracle, not beating Bodo Glimt 2-3. Anyways, people, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and we will see each other tomorrow. Ciao.